Anyway, but okay. So clearly, without even telling Jane, George lets Siobhan back in and is ditching Jane. Who does this after you've made your TV appearance? Okay, so you had a different singer. You get a new singer. You get on TV. It goes well. Your singer is the one interviewed, not you, which is already a thing. And then you're like, going back to the old singer. Even though we already had our big TV break, we're going to switch that up.
Well, he loves the other girl. So I think it's more about the relationship with the other girl.
I want to know what the rest of the band says.
It sounds like the band is not allowed to have an opinion.
Seriously. It makes no sense. And then she comes over and she's like, you have a great voice. You'll find another band or something like that.
That's her only line.
It's like, all right, guess Jane's not going to be in this band anymore. She was in it for 5 seconds. And then Emma and Spinner are watching a movie. Are they watching Clown Academy?
It sounds like they're watching a horror movie.
So yeah, I think it could have been one of the Clown Academies.
I thought those were comedies. Are they horror movies?
They were I think they may be everything. I don't know. They're watching a movie and Emma's like, oh, this is silly. And he's like, Chip, it's my favorite movie or something like that.
It's definitely Clown Academy.
It has to be Clown Academy.
And they're eating popcorn and it's supposed to be adorable. And I just wrote, yes, still weird Emma feelings.
And then Jane calls Spinner because she just got kicked out of this band. And he's like, by the way, I'm getting married on the beach tomorrow or something.
This weekend?
I don't know. And then she's like, oh my God. He's like, I just want to let you know. And it's also just the fuck? How do you expect her to be taking this news? You broke up with her 2 weeks ago.
Not even 2 weeks ago. I really wish that there'd just been a scene where Jane just goes, wait, what?
Well, she does have the appropriate reaction after she hangs up, which is what the fuck.
And then she's like, I need to stop the wedding. He's doing something stupid. I need to stop this. We're going on a road trip.
I actually agree with her.
Yeah. She doesn't know they're already married, but...
Yeah, and she shouldn't get back together with him by any means or try to, get him back with her. That's not going to work. But,
just stop
as a friend to him, I'd be like, don't do this.
I mean, yeah. But also I feel like as the person that, broke his heart and ruined his life, she is probably not the one who should be doing it and maybe should call Sav.
Yeah. Or frankly, I kind of wish Holly J had been the one that was like, I'll do it because he was my friend.
I think that's why she agrees to go along anyway.
But also she's like, I also will need the length of this car ride to Toronto to really process this information.
Exactly.
This is crazy. Everyone is having the appropriate reaction.
Yes.
Oh, but Declan has a really funny line that I really liked. What was it? Oh, he says when they're like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh, no, wait. Maybe it was later on. It was later on. Just kidding.
Well, then they jump in Declan gets his
I
dad's
have that line
orange convertible and he's like, don't tell my dad. And then they drive off in his convertible.
I think his line is something like, normally I'm all for crashing weddings, but the groom already punched me in the face.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the line. But it comes on later, but it's really good. It makes me so happy every time.
But then we're with Manny and Emma, and
right.
she's like, annulment though?
Yeah, well, Emma's like, what do you think of this dress? And she's like, what do you think this dress is? And she's like, I don't know, maybe it's not too late for an annulment.
And she's like, are you sure you want to do this? And I think she says something like, newsflash, you tend to railroad people into following your lead, which is the most accurate statement anyone's ever said ever.
Manny is the greatest.
Manny is amazing. Emma is a steamroller.
Yeah. And Emma's like, it's fine. Yeah, we're doing it. And she's like, all right, I'm on board then. I'm your best friend. Sure. And then we are at the gas station and Jane's like, we need fuel. And then as in food, fuel. And then Holly J starts talking to Declan and she knows it's going to be a disaster. And she's like, maybe we can make this slower so we don't make it on time because this is going to be horrible.
And Jane comes back out, and that's when Declan says, normally I'm all for crashing a wedding, but the groom already punched me in the face. And that's when Jane comes out of the thing with the chips, and she's like, all right, let's go, let's motor. And Holly just like, strawberries! And Jane's like, what? And she's like, do you know how short strawberry season is? What is it? It's now or never. Which made me so happy.
Holly J and Declan literally skip across the road to the strawberries, and it's adorable.
It's so cute.
I just wrote strawberry season. Is this the best you got, Holly J?
And then we're back at Emma goes. Oh, I think when the Manny talk, she's like, just go by and talk to him like one last time just to make sure. And Emma's like, okay, I'll make sure I'm 100,000,000% sure and I'll talk to him.
Also, Spinner has a Spitfire flag.
Oh, I know. I saw that. And then, so Emma gets there, and Spinner's, like, up in his loft area, and Emma's on the ground, and he's like, look, a drawer for my lady's delicates. And then they start talking about it.
So awkward.
And does Emma say, like, I'm gonna love you forever? Or does he say that? I don't know. They're talking about getting married. And then they're like, are you sure?
No
They're like, are you sure you want to do it? It's like, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to do it.
Like
They're
playing
so
chicken.
They're so awkward. They can't communicate with each other, which is probably a good indication that they shouldn't be goddamn married.
No, that's literally it. I was like, you can't. This is why you shouldn't get married. You can't even talk to each other like people.
And then they're like, I mean, maybe we'll just, like, see how it goes before we tell people. And then if it works out, we'll tell them. And if not, then we don't have to tell anybody or something like that. I'm like, okay. But then we cut back to Holly Jane Declan stalling by going to a batting range.
Yeah, I just wrote, what are these stalling tactics?
Yeah. Jane literally says, she's like, well, you're obviously stalling. She's like, you're probably right. We won't do it. Just like, I'll wait in the car. And they're like, okay, great. And then she's like, give me the keys. And they're like,
listen
no.
to music.
And she's like, to listen to the radio, duh. And these dummies give her the keys.
They're so stupid.
Okay, I will say, though, I love when she's like, you guys are clearly stalling. And Holly just goes, damn, you caught us. Like, even Holly J knows it was obvious.
Yeah, they're literally at batting cages.
And then she steals the car. And then Emma is freaking out with Manny now. She's like, we have to talk, but I think we both agreed that it's probably just not going to work because we decided not to tell. Blah, blah, blah,
Oh, and she is crying. And it's like, she says something like, oh, I have it written down. He said it might not work out. And like, she's like, ah! And I'm like, okay, A, he didn't exactly say that. B, you haven't even dated. It probably won't.
Married for like 4 minutes, and you've known each other for, well, technically they've known each other.
I mean, they've known each other most of their lives, but
they never dated. They never dated.
They were never even friends.
They weren't friends. He slept with her friend during a period when they weren't very close.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
They didn't even hang out when she was dating him.
And then cut to Spinner, who's like taking his anger out on the Dot during like renovations or whatever.
Peter comes in and says, hammer time.
Peter is actually kind of great in this movie too.
And then Spinner's like, Emma wants a divorce. And he's like, wait, what? You're married? What?
Also, let's not forget that Peter also dated Emma.
Okay, Kelsey. Literally.
Oh my god! It's word for word Cody's notes.
Let's not forget Peter dated Emma. Oh my god. And then Spinner thinks he's a loser because Emma had a weird talk with him. And then the owner comes in and he's like, yay, the Dot got saved by
He's
insurance.
like, you've already started renovation. I like the owner of the Dot.
And he says something very poignant for Spinner in this moment, which is sometimes like good things happen
out of a disaster.
Come from accidents.
Yeah.
It's like, and Spinner's like, light bulb moment. And we're all like,
And
okay,
then he
we get it.
Runs to Emma's house and like re-proposes to her in front of her parents. And
Okay, this
Snake
scene.
is so fucking confused.
Okay, wait, my favorite line is Spike. How pregnant are you?
Yeah.
Well,
appropriate
and I
response.
wrote down appropriate responses all around. Everyone's like, what the fuck is happening?
And Manny's crying, and she's like, if you don't marry him, I will.
Okay, Manny's not having the appropriate response.
Which,
again, it's not a good speech.
Okay, she's like,
Spike
if you
and
won't
Snake are
marry...
like, what?
Yeah, I also wrote, Snake is all of us in this moment. He's like, wait, you just got home, and now you, like, a few days ago, and now you want to marry...
Spinner
Mason.
We're all very confused.
And then she's like, and I want you two to walk me down the aisle. I'm like, so much emotional manipulation is happening right now.
I do like that she wanted both of them to, though. Like, I have a
Yeah.
weird soft spot for the Emma Snake, like,
That's
father-daughter relationship.
And they're like, in that case, we approve of this,
I'm
guess.
like, good way to get Snake on your side by treating him like your dad, because you know that that's gonna, like, make him go, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then cut to, we're at the beach, and Liberty's here, and she doesn't know what's happening. And I wrote down, where's Kendra? His mom is all about it, though.
No, I literally wrote, again, no mention of Kendra. Did she die?
Kendra, where are you?
Like, I know we
Also,
don't have
no
that.
mention of their Their child.
Of Emma's little brother.
Yeah. What's his name? Jack? I don't know.
Jack.
Also, where's the dog? Where's
Eggers?
Where was Eggers? Like, I'm a little more okay with Jack. Like, they probably got a babysitter for Jack. Like, he's, you know what I mean? He's still little. But, like, okay, you don't...
Although, he was born in what, season 3?
Yeah, but so he'd be young still. But anyway,
like-
they mention him in later
He'd be, like,
episodes.
6.
Okay, fair. Point being, they couldn't get a 6-year-old. Maybe they learned their lesson after Angie and Isabella.
That's true. They were terrible.
I hope so.
But Kendra, okay, I get we can't have the actress Kendra anymore. She left a long time ago. But you could at least mention,
Like,
sorry, your sister can't be here. She's at like a summer program, like or something.
Yeah, something.
But I'm like, did Kendra die? Like, we haven't even heard of her since she left.
It's true.
And then...
I don't know. The number of times that I just wrote "this is insane" with several exclamation marks. Is
Okay,
ridiculous.
Jay talking about being ordained is the greatest thing I've ever heard
Yes.
in my life.
God.
Also, you don't need to be ordained, Jay. They're already married.
Well, he says that later.
Yeah, he does.
But he makes a joke about ordained by the Church of Decadence or something. I'm like, Jay,
And
I
it's
love
like,
you.
he's such a good friend. And then he's like, run and Manny will kill us both.
And then Jane walks in, and Jay goes, "Yeah, I'm not getting involved in this," and walks out.
Okay, wait. So one thing that I did note that bothered me, Jay says to Spinner, he's like, if I thought she was a stone cold Emma was a stone cold heartbreaker like Jane, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Okay, let's backtrack. Emma has broken more hearts than Jane has. Jane broke Spinner's. That's all we know of.
Yeah.
Emma, like, broke Peter's heart by essentially hooking up with, like, starting to get back together with Sean behind his back.
Chris's heart for not being over Sean.
Yeah, I mean, Emma is more of a heartbreaker, and then she toyed with Chris after that, which was a whole other thing.
If Sean shows up, she will leave Spinner in a goddamn heartbeat, and we all know it.
Because Emma will never get over the Sean thing.
Also, did they get married at the same place that Spike and Snake got married? Because it was like on the beach. I was expecting.
Oh, maybe.
I wanted us to just peel out and have Sean like be standing by a tree like he was at that wedding because I wanted him to be there to stop this madness.
We all did.
I don't even care that much about Emma and Sean being together, frankly. I'm not a huge, like, Spemma fan. It's just more like, I almost wanted Sean to be the voice of reason of like, okay, Emma, I know we're not getting back together, but this is
crazy.
This is weird.
But Daniel Clark was busy. This is when he lived a few blocks away from me. Literally, while they were filming this, he was in New York.
He could have made a cameo with Declan.
Could have made a cameo
anyway,
with Declan,
but yeah,
none of them would have known him.
Yeah.
But, so Jay saying that is just weird to me because Emma is more of a heartbreaker than Jane is, and I was like, but you like, and Jay would know that because he dates Manny, and Manny would know a lot of that history. Anyway, that line, I was like, okay, we're rewriting history here.
Listen,
Cool,
none
cool.
of this tracks. We know this.
And then Jane walks in and she's apologizing and he forgives her. And I'm like, but how are you okay with this? She's like, you look so happy. I'm like, okay, this still makes no sense, but whatever.
Also, Jane looks crazy.
Yeah, she
she's
does.
like manic. And
but they have more chemistry in this scene.
yeah.
In this really awkward scene than he has had with Emma in the whole movie. And I'm like, I don't want you back together with Jane, but this should tell you something, bro.
And then she gives him like a goodbye kiss on the cheek, and right at that moment, Manny walks in and is like being like protective best friend. Is like, oh no, you will not mess this up for Emma, and she like attacks Jane, and I love it.
But also, we know that Manny loves a cat bite.
True.
She will fucking throw down.
And
Also,
then it's just when Sav is like, I can't get involved in that. Like, I'll snap like a twig or something like that.
He's like, well, no, because they don't see that happening, but they do see Jane arrive, and
they're
Sav
like,
is
oh,
like,
God.
I'm not telling Spinner. I'm not
Right,
telling
right,
Spinner.
right,
And then
right.
he and Danny are fighting over who's going to tell Spinner, and he's like, have you seen me? He'll snap me in half. Oh, but he's like, he will break me. I will snap like a twig.
but so something that bothered me. So we have information from previous episodes that Manny and Jane were friends for.
Oh yeah, for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, and she's
Manny knew about the
Declan
cheating.
Yeah, Manny's the one who encouraged her
to break up with Spinner.
and
She
get with
asked
Declan.
about it. She asked, like, when she got there, like,
Are they still going strong?
yeah.
So like, but so for her to like, I don't know. Some of this just felt a little weird. I'm like, Manny, you kind of like encouraged Jane to dump Spinner and get with Declan, and then this whole thing is weird.
Well, I think she's just fighting her
Well,
because
she's
she's
fighting
going to
her-
ruin
Emma's
Emma's
Yeah.
wedding, yeah. And then
I do like that she's willing to throw down for Emma.
And then the ceremony starts.
Peter is playing Here Comes the Bride on
On
the
his
electric guitar. Like he's fucking Jimi Hendrix playing the Star Spangled
And
Banner.
he's like,
Get it together.
everybody, it's a wedding. And everyone's like,